What's up, Bogur Nation? Time to make a guide for Angela. I did test a lot of things in private, and probably, don't quote me on this, might have recorded the video that didn't have the right settings, so I'm gonna have to re-record the entire thing. Nevertheless, I'm more knowledgeable now, and I can give you more insight because I got to have Jimbo here and test the interactions exactly. So, you know, there is a silver lining, but first things first, this is Angela and this is her skin, but we're gonna get into the skin later. This is her default skin and how she looks like in game. She looks pretty muscular, pretty hot. I love muscular women. I love women. I love her hair. I love her braids. I think those are braids. Don't quote me on that. I love the golden aspects of her armor. I am not well versed with Angela. I know she comes from Spawn, and she got bought by Marvel and introduced as Thor's long-lost sister. But now we have her in Marvel Rivals, so I assume a lot more people are going to find out more about her because honestly, her design is really cool and her voice acting is really great as well. First things first, these are her abilities for anyone that wants to look it up. This is everything. I will not read it out, but if you want to have this screen, you have this screen now, so have fun with this one. Now, whenever you spawn in with Angela, you will be flying because this tank is the first tank that always flies. And by always flying, I genuinely mean always flying. She has no meter. She is perpetually in the air, and the only thing that can stop her from being in the air is herself. She can change her forms by slamming with her E ability if you're playing with keyboard. I'm not sure what it is on controller, but her third ability here, she can change forms. I'll talk about it more later. But it does have a cooldown, so 12 seconds cooldown once you go back in the air. Let's start simple. Her main attack is this little stab, little jab, and does a lot of damage. If you have charged up your attack charge, I think that's what it's called, yes. So this little chungus meter under your crosshair, that's your attack charge. Depending on how charged up that is, that's how much damage you're gonna do. Without it, you don't do too much damage, so you're just kind of poking, right? The range is I would assume around 5 meters, maybe 6, maybe 7. But you know, it's pretty whatever. What I think the main purpose here is to fly around the map, set up, and then do a big poke, right? It isn't that good against tanks, but it is quite effective against, you know, pesky characters like flying heroes, because you can just walk up to them in the air, dodge a bunch of attacks, and then go for a little stab, right? It does not consume any charge unless you hit the target, and also if you charge it up and you hit a flying target, you will make them fall down a bit. Let me just show you an example, right? Look at this. Boom. So they fall a bit. So I think Angela might be the first, except after the thing where like he got buffed, even probably better than the thing, first character from the tank roster that is quite good against flyers because they can't really hide from you. I think she will be really good at clearing flanks and just chasing people down and bullying them like this. And the way you charge up your stab is by either flying around, as you can see. It doesn't charge up if I stand still, or by blocking damage. Also, I do want to point out that she's really, really fast, probably the fastest tank in the game without using any abilities. So I'm going to poke, I'm going to block damage. Come on. It charges up. I assume based on how much damage you tank, that's how much charge you're gonna get, but I don't know exactly. Yes, she does have a shield. This shield will probably not be used for anything besides blocking cooldowns and big ultimate abilities because it has only 350 HP and it's not that big. So it will break really fast if you're just blocking poke damage like Punisher or Hawkeye or Hela or Phoenix. It charges up, I think, let me calculate it. Let me just take some damage here. 1, 2, 3. So around 3 seconds or 4 before it starts charging up. It does charge up quite fast though. I think the shield is quite useful and you keep full movement speed, I'm pretty sure, while in the air. So you will be able to help your teammates in crucial moments because you move so fast. But your shield isn't that big again, so it's going to be really, really difficult to do much outside of blocking abilities or ultimates. Now, you can block Iron Man ult, for example, by just walking up to him or flying up to him and blocking it, and other shenanigans like this. I assume you can also block Phoenix ult by just tanking it in the air. Overall, the base kit, you know, the shield and the flying and the poke, is pretty okay. She doesn't have too much consistent damage because it's all melee and it relies on charging up her meter. So she's more, I would assume, like hunting people down and bursting them down and like repositioning them with her charge ability. And if you've played Reinhardt, you like this a lot because she can do this. She can turn them into shish kebab, boop them off. You can also boop them off the map. You can stab them afterwards because your stab at full charge does do a little boop. So another thing to note here is that your charge will give you quite a bit of meter on your Chungus meter under your crosshair for your weapon, for attack damage, attack charge, whatever. I'll give you an example. So if I poke and then charge, I can poke again. Pretty good, right? Now, your charge does have a meter itself. The cooldown is pretty low, it's 3 seconds, but you cannot use it if you have less than the red, or if you're within the red on the meter. And if you use it when it's not full, you will not have that much charge. It does consume a lot more charge if you have somebody on your skewer. So you can use it to move a lot faster around the map. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna let it charge up and then use it to showcase how much faster you can move. You can cover a lot of distance, right? You can go and grab somebody, but then it's not gonna give you as much distance. You won't be able to cover as much distance. Now, this ability is good because you can boot people off the map. It's also good because you can grab enemies, and push them aside away from healing or into a tight corridor and then bully them with your teammates. You can push it into your team. You can push them out of the map. You can push them everywhere. It is a very unique ability and probably is going to be very annoying. She is most likely not CC immune because her HP is not doesn't have the effect, so I can guarantee you she is not CC immune, so you can't stun her while she's doing this. It will be pretty easy because she is quite big. Also, I don't think you can do many turns while doing this. I think you're pretty limited. So if I try to grab somebody right here, boom. Oh, you can actually maneuver quite a bit, so you can have a lot of freedom in where you want to push them. So, you know, I assume we're going to see a lot of people getting booped off the map and a lot of unique plays where you push them into ultimates, push them into Iron Man ult, push them into Scarlet ult, push them into Thor ult, push them out, like, I don't know. Like, the world is your oyster on this character with his charge. It will be used for displacement. You can, again, you can use your poke, then you can grab them, and then you can poke again to do a lot of damage. So I think this will be the gameplay loop. You either do this, push the tanks into your team and kill them, or do this, push, like poke the support, push them into a corner, and then poke them again and just kill them, especially if your team is helping you. Next ability is your little slam, Divine Judgment. If you Divine Judgment, you will land right beneath you, and then you have little axes that do quite a bit of damage. You cannot use your charge attack, but you can use your shield while on the ground. Whenever you use Divine Judgment, let me remove the cooldown. When you use Divine Judgment, your weapon changes to 2 axes, so your wing is gone, no more flying, 2 axes, boom, 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 do a lot of damage. If you have a lot of attack charge, you're gonna do a lot of damage. If you don't have attack charge, you won't do much damage. So your damage is very reliant on your attack charge. I feel like you want to make sure that you have your meter charged up when landing on the ground. Now, if I'm up in the air, I leave a little bit of an area of effect. This area of effect does damage, gives me shields per hit, and gives me movement speed. And this applies to all my teammates. So you can imagine me going in, stabbing somebody, charging them away, slamming into them, and then my team helping me. They get a lot of shields. If they're helping me, I get a lot of shields. Gives me a lot of survivability. I have my shield. I feel like it should be pretty confirmed whether or not you can kill the target in question, purely because if you just get them away, slam into them, that should be enough damage to kill a support, because that support won't have any healing. Nobody can follow up. He won't have any peeling either. I feel like this character will be really annoying for the enemy backline, and it will be really annoying to deal with. Is there anything else you need to know about the slam? I don't think so. I think it's pretty clear cut. It's just a dive ability. You dive in, you buff your team, you go ham. And you can slam in, and then maybe you don't have to go for the support. Maybe you can go for the tanks or for the DPS and then have everybody follow up and they all get buffed, right? But I think you mainly use it to slam on the enemy supports and then keep yourself alive and the divers alive to kill the supports. So it's basically another Venom. And she is aura farming here, by the way. Finally, we have her ultimate. Her ultimate, basically Malgo ult from Overwatch, but you can throw it across the map. So people get stuck to it, and then you can leap. Now, if you miss, it disappears. If you get them stuck in it, it stays for a while. For a while. Quite a bit. Yes, it has 1000 HP, so you can break it if you get stuck in it, and you can leave the ultimate. I have a lot of examples. I'll show you in a bit. I've tested quite a few interactions. There's a few more things you need to know. When you throw this, you can actually leap into it and do quite a bit of damage, and then you change your form to your axe form. So if I'm up in the air, I charge up my Chungus meter, I throw this, and then I jump in. That is a lot of damage. And I can jump again. Like, I can keep this up. Like, I can use, for example, I can throw this, close the distance, and then I can do another one if I want to, just to maximize the duration. This is probably a bad example because I haven't min-maxed it correctly. Let me try a different variation where I just throw the spear, go in, go in, fly up, go in again, and just, you know, it's the same area of effect. It's the same thing. It gives you the same effects as your slam, your ultimate does when you slam it. This time, they're just kind of stuck in it. It will do a little bit of damage, just like your normal area of effect. So you can keep up the duration if you want to. You probably don't want to do it because you want to keep your cooldowns. But the main difference is that whenever you charge in, you will do a big chunk of damage, right? And the same things still apply. Your axes do more damage, you have more weapon charge. Your axes are independent of your ability in the sense that, you know, the moment you hit somebody is the moment your weapon charge gets, you know, consumed, and then you do more damage. So that is pretty simple. The range, I'm pretty sure, is straight up infinite. Like, you can throw it across the map, and there's a lot of funny interactions with it. Like, for example, mag can eat it, and shields kind of can block it in the sense that it doesn't stop it, but, you know, you can block the LOS. There is a limit on how far you can leap. I think the leap is like maybe 50, 60 meters. So yeah, but let me show you the interactions and how her ultimate works with different characters, and then I'm gonna get back and yap a bit more. I'm testing if the shields can block my ultimate. No, okay. It just goes through. But you can't leap through. What is this dumbass skin? You don't get stunned if you're shielding it, actually, unless it goes behind your shield. Now it actually stuns, and you can walk away from it, actually. Can you walk away with it? Yeah, you can. Okay, so you can actually walk away from it. Bubbles will obviously block it. Oh, okay. What? You can eat it with Mago. That is very interesting. I would assume you can. Yeah, walls definitely block it. Oh, even if you're CC immune, you still get tied up. You get tied. CC immunity actually doesn't block this. You're still getting, because you're not getting stunned, you're just getting tied up. Behold the god of thunder! Oh, you just break it. That is funny. Alright. 1,000 gods! Okay, you can just break out of it. Tremble before blast! So I can't use my dash abilities. Oh, I'm earthbound whenever I'm in this ultimate, so I can't use my dash abilities. Like, if they spear me when I'm Spider-Man, for example, I just can't do anything. Yeah, that is interesting. So you can't use movement abilities, but CC immunity doesn't like.
Judge, jury, executioner.
Like I'm still tied.
You are nothing, heaven!
Yeah, so Phoenix ult actually does counter this ultimate. Angela's ultimate does break instantly, which makes a lot of sense. I feel like it's really good against Hoko, because if you get tied up, you can't like do anything. I can't charge up my jump or anything. I'm just kind of stuck here like a little fucking dog on a leash. Can I just walk out? You can just walk out, by the way. Is Angela good? Probably. I think she is probably going to be a really good diver, really good at displacement, really good at killing supports. The main issue is that she doesn't have sustained damage and she won't be good at holding the point. She's just going to be flying around the map doing her own thing. So if we're talking about Overwatch terms, she is definitely an off tank, more of a DPS really than a tank. She is really good at, you know, just getting as close as possible to the enemies and clearing flanks. If people are flanking or taking high grounds, I feel like an Angela with a mag bubble will be really good at dealing with that, because she has infinite flight and can get in every nook and cranny. Like she can set up in every single spot she wants, and she can do it really fast without using a single ability. I think that would be really deadly. Whether or not she's OP purely depends on whether or not she's gonna explode every fight, because her hitbox is really huge. And if there's a lot of poke and the map is really open, I feel like she will have a horrible time of setting up. I don't know if she's going to be balanced, weak, or strong. Every time I say something is going to be strong or weak, I am wrong. I thought Blade is going to be really strong. I was wrong. That is the issue with melee characters in this game. In every game I've ever played, in Marvel Rivals or Overwatch, they're either really OP or really weak. Most of the time, weak purely because, again, they don't have any long-range pokes. So characters that can shoot you across the map are just a lot better. I feel like there will be a lot of situations, especially in lower ranks, where you play Angela and just completely bully the supports because they don't know what to do. They can't hit their stunts and nobody peels. If you don't have a character that can stun, or you don't have a character that can shoot her down, well, good luck with keeping your supports alive. Also, I feel like she would be really good on some maps where you can push people off just like by charging them like this, right? And then poking them afterwards if you want to. I have no idea. I will be testing this character as I am uploading this video. I will probably be streaming me testing this character. You can watch me play against actual players and see whether or not this character is good. Before I go on with my day, I do want to showcase the skin, because people always ask. This is the new skin she's going to launch with. It's called Scode 2099. It's an original thing. She has sound effects. It's a legendary skin. This is how she looks like. She has a unique animation for her wing. Her wing actually doesn't show while she's in the air. It completely appears whenever you are flying. And she has effects for her shield. This is her shield. Effects for her charge. Sound effects. For her slam. I don't think her slashes do have an effect. Let me see if it gives them a sound effect whenever you poke. Yes, I think so, maybe. And then you have her ultimate, which also has a sound effect. This is the skin. If you like it, you can buy it. This is how she looks like. Now, if I leave the game here and go into heroes, Angela, you can see, you know, her abilities. It does say she is 4-star difficulty. Let me hide my camera. And if I go to proficiency, these are her proficiency chunkuses. Quad, KO prompt like the default one, Captain, Centurion. They're pretty cool, and I really, really like her Lord icon. I think it's really good. Honestly, her whole design reminds me of Melania of Elden Ring, and I think a lot of people would agree. We have one more thing for Angela. I think the ranked reward for this season is also Angela, and this is the skin. But that's about it. That's it. There's nothing else for Angela, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll be grinding her a lot, so tune in to my streams whenever the new season launches. Tune into my stream if you're watching this at the moment I release it, or, you know, just watch out for 20 million YouTube videos as I'm farming content. Anyways, bye.